All right, it's late August here in Utah. First morning out. Been just glassing a ton and covering some country, looking at some water sources and some tanks and overflows and things like that, looking for tracks. And this is huge country, and while there is high country here as well, there's like this high desert, like canyony stuff that I just think everybody's gonna be up in the high country. Yeah, all I know to do is just keep covering country, pounding glass. I'm gonna move about 30 miles this afternoon and go look at a new spot. Haven't seen the bigger buck yet. We're calling him the Maxxis buck because on my way to this hunt, I stopped at Les Schwab and put a new set of Maxxis Razor MTs on my pickup. And Maxxis just sounds cool. So. Alright, we haven't found any of the bucks yet. Where we left them last night, they were on the other side of this little finger. But what I'm hoping is the sun is just starting to come up. So what I'm hoping is once the sun starts hitting on that side, they're going to pop over onto the shaded side. I think I'm right above where those bucks were. So I dropped my bag. I'm just gonna try to go down this ridge a little bit and look in and see if I can see anything. Alright, Leah found him. They're low. I mean, they're not really where I thought that they were gonna be.
Jordan was sneaking in and had a 3-point just feed up real fast and kind of pinpointed her, and she was sit down, and for over 10 minutes she sat there, and that deer had a stare off with her, and it never busted out. They just walked back over the ridge, and in the meantime the rest of them had fed around, and so she went back around to, I figured that they would come around the top of that, and so she went back around to try and see if she could get them coming over the saddle. Sounds like she was set up like 40 yards away from the saddle in a good spot, and that Forky came over and just pinned her down and bunched out. So she's hiking back. I saw him come down, so they weren't too crazy. They kind of went down here in the bottom. I bet you they go bed in the exact same spot. We'll find them again in the morning.
Or should we just wait till he beds? I could load up my stuff. I could just drop off this, go to the bottom, go up the other side. Well, this might be the end of the video for this trip. Oh my gosh. I don't know, I was probably 50 yards-ish, couldn't tell where he was. Bucks started getting up and feeding, and I went to make a move just a little bit closer. And Leah said there was a little forky buck. It's about to be open season on those things. Turning was bedded facing uphill, and then right as I started to move and get in the sun, he got up and started feeding, and that's why I didn't see him, is because he was bedded and he has such little antlers. I couldn't see him in the trees, but they still didn't win me. And then I realized how steep the hill was in front of me, I still had like 30 yards to the fence, and then it was pretty steep after that. So like I had to get to that to see anything, and I just couldn't.
And there wasn't any like bushes along the fence. Like if there were some bushes along the fence,
There was sagebrush that was probably this high, and that's
really?
where I was trying to get
to that. Oh, that could be
I was like, if I can get there,
yeah.
because I was like, I'm gonna have to stand up to shoot. Like I can't sit to shoot, or I can sit to shoot, but the angle wasn't gonna let me. All right, we're gonna do it. It's 11 o'clock. He rebedded for the second time, and I keep thinking he's gonna rebed again, which I think he will, but that sun's coming around. It's taking it longer to come around than I thought. So if I can go over there now, and I can kind of keep eyes on him along the way, so if I can do that and get over there about the time he gets up, that might work out good for everybody. So I'll try it. Well, I had him at 44. I saw him get up on the other side of the trees, started going uphill, so I went uphill. He came out, about looked like right at me, around a tree, and was just raking the hell out of it. And he turned and went down, so I went down a little bit, and he was going through this opening, and I could see 2/3 of his body. And I whistled at him and I drew, and I'd ranged that stuff before, and it was 40. Settled my 40-yard pin on him, squeezed it off, freaking hit a branch. I was like going, there was like 4 different trees staggered. So my arrow was going through kind of some stuff, and I heard it hit the branch, and then it went, and it looked like it was forward. But like too far forward, like a miss completely. And I was like, God dang it. So I ranged another 2, there was 2 lanes, and they were both at 60, and I ranged one of them, put my rangefinder away, and before I could draw, he went through it. And then the next lane, there's a tree behind it, and he goes through that, and he goes to the tree, and he's just like kind of hunched over. And then I looked and ranged him, and all I could see, I couldn't see his head at all I could see was from basically like his midsection backwards. So I was gonna draw and step forward a couple steps and shoot, and about the time I went to do that, he just kind of like walk trotted off. So I was like, well, he didn't look like a deer that was just blown out of the whole country. So I went over to the tree he was standing at, and there's blood. There's bubbles in a couple of it. So I feel like I hit his neck, like it hit my arrow forward and it hit some of his neck, so this is what the arrow looks like. There's hair in there. There's some blood. There's not like a lot of it, so I'm like, I'm just gonna give him like an hour and I'm gonna go to the blood. I'm gonna knock an arrow and I'm gonna go really effing slow. I have this stupid GoPro on my head so I could actually try to get a shot on camera. And it filled up, the memory card filled up like literally as he was coming out. It's over, I think. I tracked him for over an hour and he bedded in a few spots and then his beds just kept getting closer and closer together. I tracked him to one of his beds and looked down. He was at 35 yards standing with his head down, so I shot him again. If you ever shoot at anything and you think you miss, always go check. Do not freaking leave and just assume that you missed. And if this ever happens to you, like, give them time, but go really slow, track well, and keep your wits about you, and don't effing give up until you like do not have a track or you do not have any blood left anymore. I was tracking little pins at some of those points. They're really hard to see, but it's not a good feeling. But I'm just glad that we didn't. I'm glad we ended it. Back.
As Mike Tyson will say, everyone has a plan until they get punched in the mouth. Unfortunately, these situations find us in every aspect of life, but the way we deal with the hit is what can determine the outcome that we want. Keep your head on a swivel, exhaust all the options, and never quit trying.
The last time I took a deer out whole, I told myself that I would never do it again. Yet here we are.